You know, I pushed off a couple of these articles, and I said to myself, I understand. We're in a holiday week. We're going into Easter Sunday.
Sanctum Peter Otium, Deus in reuniam, Hippitus Hoppitus Reus Domine.
But the last couple of weeks, I've been noticing some articles out. Now, note on holidays, certain companies decide to shut down, give their employees a day off, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Lately, Thanksgiving, they've been reopening later in the day. But the last Thanksgiving, I think more and more stores stayed closed, especially during the pandemic. But what I've noticed, and I caught this on two articles, that they're making it sound like, oh my God, these guys closing for the first time ever on an Easter Sunday. And it's the way it's written, they are making it sound like it's a bad thing. That, it's almost like they're trying to attack Christianity, which, it's kind of funny. It's a holiday. It's an Easter. And let me tell you, I'm going to tell you straight out. Since I was a kid, and many people will tell you this, especially from my generation, my age group, I have not known a major department store chain or a major supermarket that actually really opened on Easter Sunday. I mean, there are on occasions that maybe one or two supermarkets might open for just a couple hours. They might open up like about 9 o'clock and close about 1 p.m., or 3 p.m. Department stores generally close. They give the day off. I mean, if you ever join a company, look at the listing they give as far as holidays, and Easter is up there with the paid holidays. Some companies give it a pay, or some people give it as an alternative day, like an alternative day off, and they say you have the choice to work another day to balance out, and that depends from company to company. Now, these are two articles, like I said, that's come off there. This one is from The Street, which is TJ Maxx and Marshalls follows Costco and Target on upcoming closures. And then this one is from the U.S. Sun, and the U.S. Sun had a couple of them. It was like the retail apocalypse or something like that. And one said, Macy's confirms every single store, including its flagship, will close for a day in weeks. You can't go to Target as well. I mean, they're making it sound like some of these companies are going out of business, or they're just basically shutting down, to save money in a situation like that. But it's a holiday. It's a holiday. I'm going to read a little bit into this on there from the Streets article, and you tell me. U.S. consumers have come to increasingly rely on the near ubiquity of convenience stores and big box retailers. Many of us depend on these stores being open, particularly all day, even during some of the biggest holidays. After all, Black Friday beckons retail stores to open just hours after Thanksgiving dinner in hopes of attracting huge crowds of shoppers in search of early holiday sales. Before they started doing that, they never opened on Thanksgiving Day. Stores stayed closed. Even Macy's itself, who handles the Thanksgiving Day parade here in New York City, they didn't open until the next day, till about 5, 6 in the morning. Let's move on. And it's largely true that before the COVID pandemic, most of our favorite stores were open all the time. Practically nothing from inclement weather to bad news to the holidays would shut down to major operations like Walmart or Target. Then the pandemic hit and turned everything we thought about retail operations upside down. Everything from grocery stores to shopping malls shut down in an effort to contain potential spread, and when finally reopened to the public, different stores took different precaution measures. Some monitored how many shoppers were inside at once, while others impeded foot traffic, rules dictating when one could enter and the other exit an aisle, and almost every one of them mandating wearing masks at one point or another. You notice that they're pushing that it was COVID's fault that they're closing on Easter Sunday. Though these safety measures seem like a distant memory from one relic from the early 2020, remains firmly part of a new American retail lifestyle. Many retailers have learned to adapt after a volatile start to this third decade, and in many ways, this requires serving customers better and treating their employees better to retain a workforce. In some cases, the changes also reflect a change in shopping behavior as more customers order online and leave more breathing room for brick and mortar operations. This also means more time for their employees. Thanks to this, big retailers have recently changed how they operate, especially during holidays, with Walmart recently said it would close during Thanksgiving to give employees more time to spend with its loved ones. I'm delighted to share once again that we'll be closing our doors for Thanksgiving this year. Walmart CEO John Furrier told associates in a video posted on Twitter in November. Thanksgiving is such a day, very busy season. We want you to spend the day home with family and loved ones. Other retailers has followed suit, with Costco, Aldi, and Target all saying that they will close their doors for 24 hours on Easter Sunday, March 31st. Now, the stores that will operate under TJ Maxx and Marshalls will also shut down on the holidays, including Home Goods. Though it closed on Thanksgiving, Walmart said it will remain open for shoppers on Easter. Stores like Target, Costco, Aldi, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, Publix, Macy's. Publix is Florida, supermarket in Florida. Macy's, Best Buy, Apple, Ace Hardware. Other stores that remain open: Walmart, IKEA, Petco, Home Depot. Most of the stores closing on Sunday will reopen for regular business hours on Monday. And the same thing about it is, if you look, you hear what they're talking about. They're making it sound like this is a brand new thing. These stores have never closed these. Now, Walmart, understandably, yes, they haven't really closed that many holidays, understand? Because that's how they've driven their business structure. And you could say somewhat of Target as well. But companies like Macy's and Bloomingdale's and many others have shut down. Now, back in the late 80s into the 90s, when we worked on the Rabbit T. Rabbit show, we did on Easter Sunday, we would have our main character, Rabbit T. Rabbit, in his Richard Concepcion, who rest his soul, did his, put on his full costume, and we went out and shot video footage along Fifth Avenue, where they have the Easter bonnet, what we call, technically it's called a Easter bonnet parade, but it's not really a parade. It's just that they open the streets for everyone to walk around in their nice clothing near St. Pat's all the way down to Central Park. And, you get all these weird hats and stuff like that. It's a spectacle to watch. If you're in New York on Easter Sunday, take a moment, hit Fifth Avenue. It starts about 10 a.m. They close the streets down on there, and you get to see some of the weirdest Easter bonnet hats ever. Most of the time you catch it on the media. But the one thing, when you look at that, when you look in the Fifth Avenue range, there are a lot of stores that are up and down there. And most of them were closed. You could tell this, they were closed. I mean, you had maybe the ESPN store might have opened up, or the Disney store may have opened up at the time. But that was it. Everything else was shut down. And, and it sounds like they're condemning these stores to come down. They said, well, I think one article was saying like, well, people can't, if they need something on there are stores. There's 7-Elevens, like in New York, we have a lot of bodegas. A lot of the bodega store owners and the Korean store owners open on holidays. Obviously, you're going to pay a little bit more for ice. You're going to pay a little bit more if you need the aluminum foil, if you forgot the aluminum foil. The dollar store some of them tend to open up. I know this year, a lot of them are closing down for this year. But understand, it's a holiday. It's a Catholic holiday. But why are these articles going after these stores? I mean, it's a holiday. It's people go to church. It is a big mass. I mean, it's several big masses. It starts on Thursday, and that's why we're not doing a show on Thursday to reflect the holiday. That's Holy Thursday. Then you have the Good Friday masses and the Holy Saturday masses, and of course Easter Sunday. What do they have? I mean, my wife, who's also been in the retail business, still is, she's been off every one of these Easter holidays on that for many years now. So what's changed? It's the political atmosphere. Well, they try to chastise these companies. You shouldn't give the day off to these workers. You know, they have to stay open. I mean, this is what it's sounding to me. Because that, you know, you have situations like this, it's inconveniencing you. Well, let me tell you something. Years ago, it never inconvenienced anybody. Because most people did their shopping on the supermarket. On occasion, if they missed something, there's a small store that would have it that would be open for a couple of hours and they were able to get it. You know, it's a wonder why they attack holidays like Easter and Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they even attack Halloween. And you know, these are things that, you know, no one had no problems with in years past. But in the last 10 years, you've seen an attack. And people said, no, there's no attack on, you know, Christianity. There's no attack on these holidays. But yet, when you see articles like this being printed out, you're wondering, who's writing these articles? Why are they writing these articles? You know, and in the way they're doing it. You know, when you put out that, hey, listen, store's going to be closed, you know, make your arrangements and stuff like that. But the way they're making it sound like it's because of the pandemic, or it's because basically the way the economy is going. You know, Easter Sunday is a treasured religious holiday. It's always has been, always will be. It's always respected that way. And a lot of the retailers that generally you know, don't want to close on, you know, Thanksgiving, that don't want to close on there, don't have a problem with Easter itself. They never have. They've never said to the situation, well, this year we'll open. You know, they've never put to that position because they know most people are in church. Most people are spending time with their family. That baked ham, you know, you get on there, you know. And the thing about it is that this is always going to be an activity every year. So tell me in the comments below, what are your thoughts about this? What do you think? Is this a way, you know, a wraparound from the mainstream media to say, hey, it's bad to be off on an Easter Sunday? That we shouldn't have closures, shouldn't let employees have their day off? Or am I crazy about this and it's a bit of nothing? So remember, hit that like, subscribe, share this video. Hopefully today's the day of earning your subscription. Be sure, spend some time with your family this weekend. Have a happy holiday weekend. Have a happy Easter. Spend it with the family. Spend it with your friends. Spend it with somebody at least there. Have yourself a nice meal. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are two ways listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.